Alright, so I made the mistake of, well, it's not really a mistake, but I've been really busy the last couple of days, and so I haven't been able to post anything up or record any videos. So we just got back from Kyoto, and I have some downtime. It's raining outside, and so I'm just gonna sit down here and make a couple videos, bang some of these stories out. Alright, so starting, I guess, with a couple days ago, we'd had a calligraphy course, and I took a calligraphy class last semester, so I have a pretty good idea of the brushstroke techniques and stuff. Obviously, nowhere near as good as the calligraphy masters and stuff. They say that a calligrapher peaks around, I think, 35 to 40 years of practice, and then that's like the high point that they get to. So, you know, obviously I've got about 39 and a half years to go before I get to that point, but the point is that I know a couple things. So we went and we had our calligraphy course, and I was really enjoying it. Shoin's a really beautiful campus, and I really enjoyed it there, and I've been having a really great time walking around talking to the students and the faculty and getting a feel for what's going on. We had this calligraphy course, and the master calligrapher they have there, his stuff's actually, he's pretty well known in Japan. His stuff's actually worth money if you can get him to stamp it. But he did the calligraphy, every year he does something different for the University of Delaware. And he did 5 rings, because they're doing the Olympics this year, and he said, you know, he really hopes that nothing goes wrong with the Olympics. But also 5 rings apparently has another meaning in Buddhism of the 5 elements. So, and then we all kind of went around practicing some calligraphy. We got really nice brushes and paper and ink, which was really exciting because I'm used to my crappy little set. They gave us these blank fans to write calligraphy on, so I just kind of like hammered one out really quick, and it says Mechaskianen. Mechaskianen! And it's Kansai dialect for like, it's awesome! Which is like, I don't know, all the Japanese kids were just like cracking up at this. It's really kind of like if a Japanese kid came over and learned enough slang, American slang, just be like, you know, like flipping sweet. So yeah, imagine this says flipping sweet, and that's the kind of reactions I've been getting to it. So yeah, this is like what I banged out, and I did a little mini version of my. Well, I mean, it wasn't. Yeah, it was a little mini version of my calligraphy final, and the sensei said that he really felt the spirit behind the characters. And well, looks like he gave me the calligraphy that he did, and we made a little trade. So it looks like I have a famous calligrapher's calligraphy scroll here. We've got try and get it so that you can see 5 rings. And then it's got his autograph over here. It's not stamped, so technically it's not worth money, but I wouldn't ever want to sell this anyway, because this is definitely like one of my new prized possessions, I think. I don't know. I could go buy some really touristy green tea and crap, or I could have a master calligrapher make me some calligraphy and have us make an even trade, because he likes my calligraphy and tells me that he wishes that the girls in his calligraphy class would write some really legit stuff, like sacred things are indestructible. Or Shinin Fumetsu, if you parlez-vous Japanglish. Yeah, I'm just not going to worry about this right now. So yeah, that's really exciting. I'm going to end this video, but that's calligraphy, and then I'm going to do food and some other stuff, so I'm going to post up a bunch of videos today. Alright, so it looks like I have a lot of time before I hit the 10-minute mark that I'm going for, so I'm going to go ahead and throw food and some other stuff in this video too. So yeah, the next day we went back up to Shoin University, and I attended a cooking class, and it was a bunch of first-year students, so like their English wasn't very good, but like my Japanese is fine. Like I'm getting fair, like I don't want to throw the word fluent around, but you know, like I can talk about whatever basically. So you know, I was trying to converse with them in Japanese, but even though I busted out some serious Japanese, like I think they were just really nervous, and on top of that they were cooking, so they probably just weren't trying to have a lot of conversation. So they were going, and then I realized that they didn't really know what they were doing or like really how to cook that well, so I kind of just like took over and I was like, I know how to make sushi, and you know, like I've worked in a kitchen for so many years that I know what I'm doing with food. So I just kind of took over, and they were just like, "Wow, you're so good!" And I, you know, making the sushi, and then I didn't really want to do the way that they were presenting it, so I did something different. That, you know, I get sushi a lot of times that way, and I made like a really cool little design. And oh, how about this? So apparently, when you get the grass type stuff for your sushi, you can take like a leaf and cut it. And they have a Japanese knife that, instead of a French chef knife where it comes and it's pointed and it comes down, you know, they have a Japanese knife that's rounded at the edge, and it kind of looks like a really big butter knife, only it's really sharp on one side. And what you can do with it is you can put it down the leaf and actually just pull it back and forth and cut it, so to make like the little grass patterns, you know, to make something that looks like grass as a leaf, like you get with a Chinese restaurant. So I made looks like I made a little rabbit, and it looks like I gave him a little face with pen, and I did, this is all one solid cut, and I was really pleased with that. And yeah, so he was sitting in my food, but then I put him in my wallet because I really liked it a lot. So yeah, we made some California rolls, some inade sushi, which is like, it's just like rice inside of a tofu kind of pouch. I don't know, it's pretty tasty. And then we made like a strawberry gelatin dessert. All of it was really tasty, and I enjoyed it a lot. Then after that, I'm always really eager to like help out in any classes that I can, because I just really like teaching people and helping out and stuff. So one of the professors came up to me and was like, "Hey, are you hanging around for a while?" I was like, "Yeah, like I'm free today, so really just like after this I'm fine." So I went to her English lit class, and they read one of the most like depressing, nihilistic pieces of poetry that I've read in a long time. Just a I can't remember what the title of it was, but basically it's just it describes like the Garden of Eden, and like God. Like the interpretation that I took from it is like God's asleep and is unaware of our existence, and the reason that we exist and are confused about our existence is because it's all a joke from the devil, and that's why we have this longing for one another, and we get together and have sex because it's just like the two halves of Christ that are coming in. Hold on a second. Anyway, so it was really depressing poetry, and then I stood up and I gave my interpretation in the best Japanese that I could, but then I went, you know, a lot of it I would say in English because I don't know how to say like nihilism in Japanese, and then the professor would just kind of like help interpret for me. But I really kind of, a lot of the Japanese girls had various interpretations because they don't know about like Genesis, and they didn't catch a lot of like the literary the metaphors and symbolism that I was you know picking up. Like they have a crow in the poem, which is, you know, usually a symbol for the devil or evil or a dark force in American literature, or in really English literature, I guess. But you know, they didn't pick up a lot of that stuff, so they had a lot of things like, "Oh, love is hard," and you know, that's what I took from it. And I kind of stood up and I just like shattered their Genki little worlds, and I felt bad about it, but it was a lot of fun all the same. Alright, so yeah, then I wound up going back down to the Kaikan after that, and you know, that's kind of been one of the things. So alright, I'm gonna end this. Maybe I'm gonna check for time and then see how we're doing, and maybe I'll do some culture notes or something. No, I'm just gonna put it in the next video. Alright, I miss you guys, I love you all, and this is Japan. Alright, I'll see you later.